Time. Our next guest is Michelle, and she's in Florida. And a little bit about Michelle. So she's a visionary artist and healer, and she's been on some amazing, powerful journeys and some realizations and resurrection of her health. So I'm sure there's a story in there. And she's a lady that's working with dragons as well, and that was ignited a lot and unlocked a lot of inner keys within her, and giving her a thriving life. And I think many of us find that when the dragons come in, they shake us up a bit, and then there's a time where we then thrive. And so she's going to talk to us about harmonizing your home and energetic systems with sound, light, language, and crystal gridding. So sounds amazing. Michelle, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. I'm doing really well, and I hope you're doing great too. And it's lovely to be here. And thank you for also the lovely group, which I found. And it was just like, wow, like just a lot of things opened up for me because when everything began for me, it was they didn't have groups like this, and I didn't know anything about the writers or even how dragon guides, how you can work with them. A little bit about my story. I actually started on my path when I was quite young. I was a young child, and I used to see dragons a lot. Also, my spiritual team, I saw like everything, everywhere, all around me. I'm from New York City, and I even felt the crystals that are underneath the bedrock foundation in Manhattan Island. So it was basically traveling remotely back and forth, and connecting to so much. And over the years, it was I had a very deep connection to music. I was a cellist and pianist, and I was, that was basically where my life was going, the musical path. And I was into drums, hand drumming. And one day I was guided to buy this singing bowl. It was a Tibetan singing bowl. And it was at a shop in New York City, ABC. And the short version of the story is that bowl chose me. It was very resonating through my whole system. My master energetic system was just rippling with so much energy and heat. And I started to cry. And then that's actually an introduction to the sound healing that was to come later on when I finally embraced it. And I started to truly connect to the environment, to the ley lines, to the magnetic field in a very powerful way during a journey I had, a powerful journey where I used to do martial arts. So I basically lost my ability to walk. I became paralyzed because of an accident. And it just took me into this place where I'm going to heal myself. I didn't know how. I don't know when it's going to happen. But I made that decision. I made a choice. And so that's when I started to connect more to the dragons, to all of my spiritual team. I was receiving all these different information and all these prods and, okay, to do this, try this. And then through it all, I was able to do body traveling. And that's how I started to heal my spine, heal the nerve damage. And within a year and a half, I was able to walk again. And it was truly miraculous. From then, I stopped doing what I was doing before the injury. And I became my next journey. I went on my next journey, which was to create jewelry pieces. And I was guided to do this. Just take my time to feel into all the crystals, which I've always been around crystals. And I started creating these beautiful works of art. And I didn't know at the time that I was actually being guided with my dragon team. I wasn't as connected as I was when everything just exploded for me, which was in 2017. I actually went on a different health journey, and to shorten it was the most powerful, transformative time of my life because I completely had to rebuild every part of my system because every part was shutting down. I lost my memory. I also lost the ability to read and write. So it was very challenging. And through it all, I felt there was a harmonization that was going on, even though it was quite painful, the journey. I also regained more of my vision. The way I communicated changed. Like it's more through energy, the frequencies. I basically am able to tune into them, and they start to form themselves. It's like a form of communication. Then the world of light language opened up to me, and that was when I connected to this this way of speaking. And I also, my hands started moving and doing the, activating the codes, and it was a very extraordinary time. And so through it all, through that journey of regaining my health a second time, I discovered through the exploration and experimentation of what was really happening to me. And I started to now open myself up to the world of dragons, like completely in a distinctive way from before. And it was like this shattering, extraordinary. There was just so much. There was a lot of crying, and then the dragon riders came into my life, and I started finding out about where I came from, truly came from not only past lifetimes but this present time. Also, the lineage that some of us, most of us, have, through the family lines. And I didn't know where all this information was coming from, but I knew there was validity to it because I could feel it just coursing through me, the energy that was coming through. And then I found one of Diana Cooper's books on dragons, and that was it. That was like the only book I could find on dragons at the time. And everything, it just opened more and more, what I needed to do, who were the writers, and I was one of them. I didn't know it at the time. And through my travels doing that and being a warrior, I decided that it's time for me to lay down that sword and just connect to what is my next path. And that was when my healing journey intensified even more. So it lasted literally for 14 years and a half. So fast forward to now, I also became aware that dragons, some of them can sing. Their singing is quite beautiful. It's celestial. It's otherworldly. And I'm actually, I hope I don't start crying, because I realized that when I wasn't able to, at the time, listen to any music or really listen to people talk, when I was going through that healing journey, I was able to hear them. I was able to hear them through the harmonization of what they were doing to my energetic system, through all of my energetic space where I was. And little by little, I regained more recognition of my memory. And it was extraordinary. The next part of that, I connected to the cosmic tree and the meaning of the cosmic tree and the connection to the different languages that were flowing into me. And with that, I began to work on my space. I've always loved crystals. I've had many crystals with me, and I started to change, certain things here and there. And I met a teacher who, it was just the right connection at the right time, connected to dragons. And I started to truly learn how to harmonize my space through exploration and experimentation, eliminating, bringing in, activation, and the playing with the language, like literally playing with the codes that were being received. And it just kept expanding. So now, with what I was guided to do was to bring in my musical past and combine it with the knowledge that has, continuously I keep learning about crystals. Also, my connection to the land, the environment, to other dimensions. It's been my teacher as well. And so when I received the prodding from my dragon guides, from my spiritual team, okay, it's time for you to do this, start doing the light language, start doing this in people's homes and workspaces. I listened. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't sure. I was so nervous. And then it happened. It just flowed right through me what I needed to do, using my drums, using my crystals, using my essential oils, because I work with essential oils, aromatherapy, and also with Bach flower remedies, and I make my own elixirs. So through that, I discovered this is part of my new path. This is continuously evolving, even to this day. And so at first, I wasn't prepared to come here and talk about this. I was like, I'm not ready to do this, and share in the group. But my dragons were prodding me. It was like, okay, Michelle, it's time. And I even canceled. I was like, no, I don't want to do September. And something kept coming up. And I said, no, I need to do this. And so here I am, and a little nervous, also brimming with energy, feeling everyone that's here and connecting with the people that are going to watch this as well, that are not here in person. I received so many downloads about today. So what I wanted to share with all of you, after sharing a little bit about my story, is to do some drumming, to do an activation with the language, the light language, and also, however my dragons want to guide this, I'm going with them. And also, we have time with the singing bowl. I have a small Tibetan singing bowl. Okay, so I'm going to get my drum. And this is to open more of the dragon portal within your spaces, also within your field. And also there are the dragons and all of your spiritual team that are here to support in this. And this is also rippling out, not just right here in this time, but in the other timelines for the future. And there was lightning that just came right through right now. Okay, then. I'm going to start with the opening. Sainai Dios kunomai nai sanata. Keshkin mohkine oro ori amakshine koskin manai kshine medato skorori nana ha. Skaniate at siri oro, which kuchminate oro ma, kan my skinina, kan I just minanai, koto inishkamina ko, shruwopa mano, dana, tichu kuspeskrena, oh mehana, hoch mehana. I menai do moto, koro do, miachuri, sanata, skamana, sanax kinmitse. Genetic sporo bakshkinama daska to homo daskama ditska genasko makinwo dana dine homo ro gero ro amashkine ro silika masko ro mahmana minoko makire matoro banyato ro Hanata Signa. Awaken your heart, awaken your soul, awaken all of the vast universe within you and around you. Awaken who you are. Become one with the energy as it flows and pours through every part of who you are becoming, who you will become. Allow the energies to enter and penetrate deep into the space that you're in and around your energetic field. And allow it to just move and travel where it needs to travel. Open your hearts to receive the activation, to allow it to ripple and move, not just now, but into every area as you walk through this life. Mahtiato mata, katia komo tatsa, hashire mahto homoto, hashilela shu mata, keshkenata shikatsa, na yedo badai di juro mataika. Ayu mo kanai doro mo dire bo gaiji dorari o moro goro gaiji bai doro mo goro baiji andai zoro mo gaizira gatsire bagate adogo shirmena gatsira gatsira gagda haina nena kasiga nenya. Now envision and imagine that there are these huge pillars of selenite, the selenite stone, pure white, luminous, full of this white radiance, moving through the space, moving through your field, moving through anything that needs to be released. Allow it to grow and grow and grow and grow, and just move through all the way out into the ceiling, or if you're outside, let it expand, and you are completely embraced by the tall selenite spheres all around you. Now the singing dragons are here, and they will start and begin to sing. Open your hearts to receive. Breathe in the light and exhale anything that feels like it's discord or stress. Inhale again the light and let it travel all through your field, your energetic field. Allow it to move through every part of your system, all your organs, and allow it to radiate out from your heart center. And it is part of your shield. Now the dragons wish to bring this harmonization. Saneatis koreore kameazi ore mokaridu senemo kurori run maikereo ainea tishimeoro yu maruru ilguru Ana, Saneania, Sineo, Sirome, Casimeata, Sineaike, O Moeatia, Siaizu, Rumianzi, Rumbrianzi, Rumbriagio miachioro, aneomeagiki, aneomogagioro, aneadaskeneatia matsianasirioro, Daneasire on Juroro Machina Skinatsineo Matsa Ikenia Sikania Komachiri Ororo Meaneo. Now walk into the very heart of the cosmic tree as the singing dragons, they are continuing their singing the songs, pouring into each soul as far wide from here, this world, all the way out into the different galaxies. The cosmic tree embraces each and every one of you. With each and every one here, receive the gift that is part of this tree, the miracle intention tree, to put in all your intentions, all the wishes that are deep in your heart. Allow it to move through and join with the tree as the dragons come around, your own dragon guides and the dragons of the land. Sinenes kororios kmina kemeo mighty tu iniatu sine satska sine amoda situ. See this golden light now radiating from the cosmic tree, joining also with the dragons of the land, the singing dragons, the galactic dragons, your dragons, all of the spiritual team there supporting us, moving through any disruption that may exist, moving through fears, moving through the joys, moving through everything that we're here to share from our soul, from this place of recognition. We stand in our sovereignty, we stand in our power, we align with the magnetic field, filling our spaces, filling ourselves with the energy of harmony. Now I activate the love frequency, I activate the light frequency, I activate the prosperity frequency, I activate the frequency of joy. Tienes kaskanayat skramano daria ti di kaskaneo no my kaskanea de ohoro vincire aiziro my haire oro I know sururo I mine oro. Feel all the frequencies and energies all intertwined together, integrating into your very being. Feel it all around you, embracing you, holding you. Enesines kanaisanai nai derai kohuro. Kainsinet sono bekaskanati atsa. Playing Tibetan singing bowl in D, and allow the frequencies when you hear the tone to enter into you and allow it to communicate, to bring the images that is for you to see and to experience. Now we bring back and come back into ourselves, and we bring the alignment of all the different sounds, the frequencies of the support of our spiritual team, our dragon guides, all of it come together and merges, and it comes into every part of who we are, our cells, our tissues, our organs, our physical vessel, enters into the space where we're in. And we slowly come back. We take a deep breath. Exhale. Seal in the activation. And whenever you want to activate this activation, you just lightly tap on your heart center. You touch the crown, the top of your head, and then you just allow. And if you feel inclined, you can even sing. You can do what moves you, what is resonating for you. So this travels through every part of your being, and you're able to also share, with others, with nature, because already your field is being aligned and harmonized. Now for the crystals, are we still good in time? Yeah. So with the crystals and the crystal gridding, actually before I created a grid that is specifically for all of you and for me as well. And all of the energies of that grid is also connected to you, the other parts of you from different parts, different timelines, parallel universes. And that's what I was guided. I was guided to do this before I came on. And for all of you, if you feel this resonates and you want to connect more, you can start to add pieces of black tourmaline and selenite in your home space. Those actually are really important stones to have, because they work with transforming the energy. Sometimes you can put it around your bed, like black tourmaline. is just a stone that really disrupts any vibration that is negative. And the more you work with it, the more you become aligned with it. It's like your support system. And also with selenite is known as a bringer of light. Okay, it literally, if you're able to see, if your clairs are open, very strong light frequencies moving. And you have the selenite. You can put it in different parts on the windowsill. You can put it in places in your home. You can carry some with you. And also allow yourself to also receive that guidance, to connect. Also, your dragon guides are there. You can call on them, even if you haven't yet met your personal dragon. But dragons are all around us. From my own personal journey, I've seen dragons everywhere, in grottos, at the beach, in the forest, everywhere I've been, they're waiting. They just want to work with us, support us, and they give and provide so much love to us, to all the living creatures, to everywhere, all around. Not just this part of the world, but other dimensions. But this is the part that was so important for me to also share, is that as part of my healing journey, the connecting with the singing and the harmonizing of, hearing these amazing singing voices, sounds from the dragons themselves. And it's like I was listening to the history, where they're from. And I didn't even know that this was happening at a conscious level until after a few years. And that's when I really connected even more with what I'm here to do. So if anyone has any questions, any sharing,
Don't be shy, people. That was beautiful.
Thank you, Michelle. Hi. That was lovely. I could feel when you were drumming, I could feel the vibrations in my spine. And it was just amazing. I could really feel it, more than I thought I would, and I could just feel this kind of vibration happening, and the singing bowled also, but it was at a different frequency. I could sense it, so it was beautiful. But I really sensed as it was I was just feeling, I could feel its expansion. When you were saying just let this kind of spread out, I literally could feel it spreading out. Yeah, it was a beautiful experience, and I felt interestingly, there was some words that you were saying in the light language, and I was like, oh, it was just awakening something within me. I don't consciously know what, but I could really feel that I know my body pretty well and its reactions, and I could just literally feel myself awakening to what you were bringing through there. So that was really beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I'm so happy that you were feeling that. Yeah, there was a lot happening. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. If anyone wants to move their hands and shake their body or dance, if you feel like dancing.
There's a question. Somebody said, was the first light language you did, was it coming from a being that was different from the dragon?
The very first one, actually, it was it was not from a being. It was a connection to actually another place where I was from, where I could see this dimension. I could see who my family was in that time, and it was remembering the form of communication that I was doing, and that really blew me away because I wasn't prepared for that. It was actually a scary experience because I almost died. I had a near death experience when that was happening. So that's when it came through, that language.
Beautiful. Lots of people saying lots of thanks. People saying they thought their light language sounded familiar.
Oh.
People saying it was lovely. It was very special. I feel very, very, very relaxed and very energized as well at the same time. It's strange. When you were saying in body, I could feel it coming in, and my whole body was sort of almost fizzing. It was beautiful.
Oh.
More people saying thank you. Fiery and powerful. It was fiery and powerful.
Oh.
So people saying it was beautiful. Gorgeous. Does anyone else want to share with Michelle anything? Don't be shy.
I wish I had too. Remember, I came here. I was so nervous.
You did amazingly. It seemed very natural. I didn't hear any nerves or anything. This is a good venue to practice for the big stage. I always say that to people. I always say to people, come and share for 5 minutes if you want to. You don't have to share for 40 minutes, an hour or anything. So, Clifford, did you want to say something?
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can indeed.
Okay, yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of that was very, very beautiful indeed. It's funny because I'm a drummer and a singer, and I often, in the past recently, like when people use crystal bowls or Tibetan bowls, I think I've often thought, well, they're beautiful, but like I kind of prefer like normal music. But this one really, I think because we were already in a meditation, it just like just went all the way through me and opened things up. It was very, very beautiful. Um,
Thank you.
I'd just like to, can I just share something that happened to me with drums once?
Please do.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So like I was brought up like very intellectual, and it was all about, passing exams and going to university and things like that. And because I was like torn when I was at university, I didn't have enough direction. And but when I used to go back to the place where I got my degree, I used to get all this guilt, about like not getting a better mark, and it's been with me for literally decades, this guilt. And then last year, I happened to uh, know a couple of friends who are, drummers and singers as well. And I put this little thing together, which was a bit inspired by the Hawaiian goddess Pele, and it's very raw. And we were drumming hard, and it was like the guilt went. It's like, why are you guilty? Because like you were brought up with no connection to nature at all. It was all about exams and books and the intellectual side of life, and so that guilt has got to go. And it was the drumming which did it. And when we were drumming, I was like visualizing myself in Hawaii, you know, by the beach with load of us like pounding and pounding away on the drums, and it was I mean, drums are just, they're fantastic, you know. So it was really interested to hear that, you know, you were a musician, Michelle, and I was also interested to know, like, do you still play music like normal music?
Well, actually, I started last year. I started creating music. I call it soul music because I've actually, when I lost my memory, I forgot all
Mm,
the music that I learned in musical
God,
theory. So it came back to me when I started playing from the heart.
yeah.
It was a remembrance of that. And I just sit on the piano and I just start, okay, I'm going to record this. And I started recording my first piece that I created on the piano last year.
Mm, wow.
And it's been, that's I feel it's also connection to the dragons.
Yeah,
You need to go back to that. You need to do this. You need to do the
yeah.
sound healing. And this year, I'm determined to actually compile all of them together to do a proper recording. And it's part of the program that I'm working on to do a workshop. And I'm hoping it's going to be in different parts of Europe.
Oh,
That's where
really?
I've been traveling. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was in Denmark, and then I was in Glastonbury. I'm
yeah.
going to go to Scotland next, and I'm being guided to do these things,
Wow.
to go to these places, and yeah. Mhm.
That's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, thank you very much. It was very, very beautiful listening to the light language and the drumming. I mean, drumming is very special. I think it just gets you straight into nature, just immediately, you know.
Yeah, you definitely connect to, I feel I connect very much to, it's like my grounding,
Yeah,
connect more to Mother Earth, and
yeah,
also I found that I'm connected more to my heartbeat, to the rhythm of my
yeah,
heart with the
yeah,
drumming, and also with the singing bowls. I found with the bowls and also doing the language, sometimes I'm just silent, but it's like, okay, I'm tuning into the frequencies of the land,
yeah.
and it tells me the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the,
Mm.
the land actually, the devas of the land, but also the history of that particular place, like what's happened there. It's like,
Mm,
okay, you know what, this is what happened, and this
yeah,
is what needs to be, this is what I want, what I desire. Sometimes you have the devas come to, like, they have come to me, and I'm traveling, and I'm like, okay, they want me to work
yeah,
on the
yeah.
land. Yeah, so,
That's beautiful, rich connections there. Thank
yeah,
you. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Clifford, for sharing. It was beautiful. And the questions and the discussion. Anyone else got anything else they would like to share with Michelle? Or Michelle, anything you'd like to close us off with?
I well, I want to offer, even though this is the first time I'm meeting some of you, I offer all my love from my heart and thank you for the support, since I was nervous, and just allowing, to share. And also, I feel the dragons are really, they're very happy. And then
Beautiful.
part of it, if this is some of the work that I do. And so, yeah, I'm here sharing.
Gorgeous. Love. I put your Instagram and Facebook links in there. And if people want to contact you, is it best to contact you through one of those, or is there another method?
Yeah, they could send me a direct message, like on Facebook Messenger.
Okay,
Yeah. Mhm.
perfect. So I've put all those links in there. Gorgeous. Let's send Michelle lots of love. Press that press that love button or whatever button you want to send.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Michelle.